Hi, my Cancer loves. Doing a lot of weekly reading filming today for the second week of December 2020. So my Cancer friends, be sure to give this video a like. Just hit the like button. It benefits you and me. And also comment at your earliest convenience. Subscribing to the channel should only be done if that's something that you're thinking about doing. And that's something, and you're certain you're going to watch the video. I'm not really hard pressed for subscribers. I love all of you guys, and I feel like every single one of you guys are like my family because I think about doing readings for you guys and connecting with you guys all the time. But I just feel like you don't have to subscribe to the collective, if you don't feel like you're part of the collective. You're not doing me any favors, even though it is sweet, right? But if that's something that you feel like you want to do, and it's something that you want to keep seeing these readings, then go ahead and do it. Absolutely not a requirement, right? It's just not. I'm not saying I don't want subscribers though. I don't know what it is with me. Over the years of being here, I've gotten a lot of subscribers, and I've, obviously it dips up and down, but I've gotten a lot of subscribers, and to me, it doesn't really matter if they're not really truly wanting to subscribe. I just need to explain that. All right, so you guys, this is a love and romance focus reading for December 2020, and it's for the second week of December 2020, and it's for Soulmate Twinflame Connections. I also heard September 2020, so maybe this is also reaching for some event that happened in September 2020, or something that you asked for, my Cancer friends, in September 2020, or something that started happening in September 2020 is also being addressed in this reading. So stay tuned for that, and just, vibe out until the message comes. All right, I don't know what happened in September 2020, but that's being acknowledged in this reading. And it could have been this other person, or it could be you. All right, so let's see what Spirit has to say. Some energy may need to be forced in for this person, or may kind of happen seemingly with resistance, seemingly out of their control or out of your control. And I'm just explaining it, right? But it's for the best. So the underlying energy is the Seven of Cups, a little bit of confusion, a bit of potential, right? Because things could go in so many different ways, right? But instead of realizing that it can go in so many different ways, sometimes this energy may make us question what's real and what's not real, when in reality, what's not real and what's real, we decide that. So make the best of that energy, and also, don't let it control you. Got to overcome that. Sevens represent things we must overcome. So we have the judgment energy in the distant past with this person, between the two of you guys, where there was a judgment passed on this connection, where something was out of this person's control or out of your control. Could have also been a breakup. It could have been some sort of surrendering of things. This doesn't really feel like too much of an expansion. It just feels like a surrendering, where you surrendered to how you felt, where I feel like a lot of you guys were, or you were called to do, right? We're going to know more about these energies, but I'll need to know more about these energies. I'm not going to rush the message. So in the recent past, we have death showing up here for this person. It's a reading for the two of you guys, right? So there was a transformation in this connection. Could have been an ending of the way things were done, an ending of relating to one another in a certain way that wasn't serving you, and a beginning of relating to one another in a better way, or just a beginning of a whole new you or a whole new relationship. So what was this judgment of surrendering, or this surrendering to this judgment? That there was a lot of fear in this connection, with the Devil showing up here reversed. That there was a lot of fear that was keeping the two of you guys apart. Now, somebody could have thought this realization, right? Or somebody could, or, maybe the both of you guys accepted this. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I just feel like there's two different people. There's two different groups that I'm reading for. And there's just one group that this judgment energy came through, and the two of you guys, this person and you, both surrendered. And then there was another group that didn't do the schoolwork, didn't do the homework, right? You didn't do it. That's why when the exam came, you failed, right? And you and this person both may have decided to part ways because you wouldn't surrender to how you truly felt. And it's because there was an overwhelming amount of fear that was exacerbated into the connection. This energy was forced into this connection that, you know, caused a breakup, a rift, or just caused the situation to kind of go awry. So there's some of you guys who passed this test through listening to your heart, right? And some of you guys did not pass this test because you don't listen to your heart. And it's all is fair in love and war. So why did this happen? And what's showing up here is the Three of Cups reverse. So, you know, if you choose not to be happy and you decide that you don't want to choose your happiness in life, and you don't want to figure out why you don't choose your happiness in life, you're going to pass up good opportunities. You know, for some of you guys, this person may have involved you in a third party, or you may have involved this person in a third party. And the situation just needed healing. So it needed to come apart. Now, this doesn't seem like something that needs to stay apart, right? And this also happened in the distant past. So this was a whole situation that happened in the distant past. This may have been what happened in September. But it's like you weren't listening to your hearts. You were listening to your fear. So in the recent past, we have death. Someone has a problem with running from this connection. Someone runs. Both of you guys run in a way. One person runs from themselves. The other person runs from the connection, which is like the definition of a twin flame relationship, as a lot of people think, but that's not what it is. Twin flame connections are actually really fun and enjoyable, and they're beautiful, and they free you, and you get so much expansion, you get abundance. They're beautiful, they're amazing, provided that you listen to your heart. You often go through the lover's journey that teaches you about listening to your heart. Then you go through the chariot energy that propels you forward to victory. If you fail the lover's sector of the module or of the course, you're gonna fail the chariot version because you need your heart, you need your emotion to power that car. So go back to the basics. It's time, you know, you got to go back a grade and go back to the lover's energy and relearn those lessons of the heart and listening to your heart. And arguing with me doesn't change anything. But also, I really don't care. It doesn't really affect me because I'm in union. You know what I mean? And that's why I do this channel, because I want people to go into union. So arguing with me is futile. It's silly. It's funny. Go within. Why'd you walk away? You know? What are you expecting to grow from this? Where do you think you plant? You gotta go within. You gotta do that work, that mental work, that alchemy. All right. Recent past, you weren't doing it. And you had all the spiritual help, right? They're still with you, helping you, teaching you. Right here, the video was here to help you too. You know, I don't really know. All right, so the recent past, we have death, right? And I'm pretty sure I talked about this in September, and that's why they said September 2020. So go back to September 2020 reading if you care, and go watch it, right? To go figure out whatever it was I talked about in that. It definitely relates to the situation, and it's why you're in the situation that you're in now, because you didn't listen, right? Or you were fighting it. When you don't listen to yourself, you play yourself. Let's move forward. So in the recent past, we have death, right? Transformation, putting to bed something, letting go of something, releasing something, and that's the Hermit energy. This is withdrawal. This is withdrawing, right? This is pulling away from society, from the world by force. So this Hermit reverse energy could be being abandoned by a particular Queen of Earth, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. Or maybe your job, maybe you're having trouble with work, and so you had to kind of pull away from work. So this could have been even the girl, our pretty lady. I just call her the pretty lady. A pretty nice lady with a nice bag and the nice shoes, you know, who goes around, she pays visits, and I don't know. And she shut down a lot of things, right? When she come through, shut it down. You know what I mean? And, you know, she really helped you to go within. She forced you to stay inside. She forced this person to also stay inside. Stop running from yourself, right? So it's okay, we do it, right? So let's have a look at why this happened so you can see your value. And so this person can also see your value, Cancer, and also Capricorn. So, you know, some of you guys, it's vice versa, where, you know, someone wasn't seeing the value of someone. Right? So maybe you felt like this person wasn't really seeing your value. Yeah, because you don't see your value. Go in and see your value. Stop selling yourself short. Maybe this person felt like you weren't really seeing your value. whatever. Someone needs to see their value. Someone needed to see their value in the recent past. And it may have been this person. They probably were going through this transformation so that they can see your worth, right? But also, if you think you're garbage and you don't love yourself, if this person comes back, you know, then it's like, but you still think you're trash, so they're going to leave again. You got to see your worth, and you have to transform and shed the old. And that's why Spirit forced, I'm feeling forced. Spirit isolated you. Spirit may have taken your money, your job, you know, your business. You may have been like, oh my God, I'm so destitute. And it's because you needed to sit down and sit at home and think. That's what needed to happen. But you may have fought it, right? You may have fought it. All right, the Wheel of Fortune will come and get you. That's what it does. It'll keep coming to get you because you keep asking for it all the time. You keep asking for whatever this is, these good things, so they keep coming for you. But then you keep shutting it down. It's funny when you look at it in the cards, but I guess everybody doesn't find it funny. Spirit doesn't want me to move on from this recent past energy. There was a death. There was a change. There was an ending. There may have been a loss. Cancer. But I also feel like whatever was lost externally was caused you to let go of certain egoic traits, and also this person to let go of certain egoic traits internally as well. But this was a forced isolation, and it doesn't seem fun. I feel like whatever this was, it definitely wasn't fun, you know. And if you don't have a lot of occult knowledge, it's kind of hard to go through times like this, and that's why people exist that are occultists, or that when they choose to share their gifts, it's such an amazing thing, because when you're going through things like this, I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know, I know how to get out of this maze right now. In fact, I wouldn't be in this maze, but I know I know how to get out of it, you know? But I feel like if you don't have any occult understanding and you don't know how to use alchemy, or you never even wanted to learn, or you're afraid to learn, whatever, right? It's hard to get out of this situation because it just feels like everything's working against you. And if that's a pattern that you're in, then you just get more and more wrapped up into that pattern. The good thing about it is like it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you just decide to step up and be like, no. The bad thing about it is that it gets worse, you know, and it gets more and more intense. So the present energy with this person is the sun. Look at that, right? So they're feeling a lot lighter, enlightened, happy, positive, seeing the joy, seeing the love in this connection, seeing the love with you, right? So what are they so happy about? The world. They concluded a cycle here, Cancer. They're also ascending to another level. I feel like this also, because I remember last week, you guys have a reading where it talks about getting engaged, and the world energy with the sun would denote an engagement, would denote a wedding, would denote maybe even giving birth to a child, or finding out you're pregnant. But making a change to your life and putting to bed a cycle that just didn't serve. Like, it just didn't serve. And it served them, it brought them enlightenment, and it concluded a cycle. But now it's done, you know? And this person's no longer looking at things that didn't serve, because they're showing me the King of Cups here. So they're no longer looking at things that didn't serve. They're no longer looking at it from that perspective. Now they're looking at it like, this is something that I'm actually really happy it happened, because I discovered parts of myself, and I discovered so many new things that I didn't even know I wanted. So they're at the point in their journey romantically that wants to stay there, where they're celebrating everything that happened before. I feel like whatever this judgment energy was with the Hangman, this was not fun. So why is this happening? Because of the Chariot, because they have victory. Because a victory happened in this connection. And because a victory is going on in their life, they're overcoming whatever this judgment energy was. It was tough, right? It definitely wasn't something that was easy for them to go through, and it required them to heal so much. And this person is just letting spirit into their life. They're just letting spirit in. And I'm not sure if all of you guys are the sun energy. Some of you guys may very well be in the sun energy as well, right? But I'm reading this from this person's perspective, and I'm feeling this strongly off of this other person, where they're very happy. This is a part of this, but this is also a part of that, and that always makes sense in the end. But this person is in a really happy place because they allowed themselves to transform. They just allowed themselves to just die and be reborn. You know, they just accepted that whatever is coming at me right now is so much bigger than me. I just need to vibe out and accept it and flow with it, and be appreciative of it and grow from it. that's what I need to do, because whatever this is that's showing up, it's bigger than me. It's more powerful than me. Like, this was this person just realizing that, like, there's God. And I feel like with the sun energy, with the world and the star, this could have even been this person going back to their spirituality and connecting back with themselves, but getting faith again in life. This person has faith, renewed faith again in life, whereas they didn't have that. Why do you think they had to go through judgment and the hangman, and they fought it? Because they didn't have faith in life. You don't fight judgment in the hangman unless you don't have faith in life. So the conscious thoughts and or desires of this person when it comes to this connection is a Nine of Pentacles. I really feel like they want to safeguard their happiness, but they also want you to be happy. Like, they want to safeguard their happiness, and they may feel like they may need to kind of stand off on their own and look after themselves more and protect themselves and just make sure that they're good and they're comfortable. But also they want the same things for you, you know? And that's not saying that they're not going to make, or they're not trying to make room for you, but they just kind of don't really want you too close to them, just because they're safeguarding and protecting their emotions. I don't know how you're feeling, Cancer. I don't know what happened before, but they just don't want to be triggered like that again. Like, they're really, and it's not even like they're not trying to be triggered like it because, or like that again, because they don't really want to deal with it. They've dealt with it already, and they're just like, I'm over it. Like, because you could be talking about the same thing, and they don't want to talk about that no more. They put that to bed. They're done. You know, they're happy in their life now. And they want you to be happy too, but they're not going to let you steal their happiness. The Knight of Coins, right? The Knight of Wheels in this deck. So they're really working and focused on themselves and focused on their own life and building stuff up. They're just working, right? So why is all this working happening? I also see like maybe an ability to make something happen between the two of you guys that they're passing up because they're feeling shut out, and they also just don't want to process that Five of Pentacles pain, right? Because they're in the Nine of Pentacles, and they're doing this for their happiness. They could also be doing this for their parents. Maybe their parents are advising them to not go back to you, or to not if that's the situation that they're in, right? Where their parents are kind of like a little bit like they trust their parents. Their parents could be advising them not to do it because their parents love them. And they probably were like, you know, you were so depressed when you were with this person. I don't know why. And I'm not saying that you're a bad person at all. I'm not saying, Cancer, that you were bad. But I just feel like this person it's not really coming from themselves. Like, if they really think about themselves, they want to go back, right? But their family is like, no, you know, their family is like, mm-mm. But also what they want long-term, and their long-term happiness is at stake for them. And so they're not trying to go back and do that because they're trying to focus on their happiness. Now, for others of you guys, you may want to rehash the past with this person. You may want to talk about what happened before, and they don't want to talk about it no more because they're happy. And they're just like, I'm done. I'm tired of rehashing the past. I don't want to keep going back to the past. But it's like they're being pulled, and you may feel guided to keep bringing this up. Some of you guys are bringing it up because you haven't dealt with it, right? And you haven't started taking better care of yourself enough to realize that this there's no point in bringing it up. Or some of you guys, you may be being intuitively guided to bring this up because they haven't fully processed this Five of Pentacles energy, and they're going to need to do it because they set an intention that the Five of Wheels energy that they're blocking off is blocking that intention. So this will help them double manifest, right? It'll help them manifest you back into their life, but also it'll help them manifest something else that they want. But they just don't want to deal with that. They're fine with where they are. And the Emperor energy is showing up here. So they have some protection on their side. That's, for some reason, Spirit's just like, I don't know, Cancer, right? I don't know. I'm not Spirit. I just work for Spirit. I just do work for him. And I deliver messages to people. But I'm not Spirit, right? I'm not Spirit. I have no control over these cards. I just deliver the messages. All right, so So since the recent past, this person has been extremely overwhelmed with their intuition, guiding them to shed some sort of old paradigm, guiding them to let go of something that doesn't work for them anymore. It's like abundance is what I'm hearing. Like this person's been asking for abundance, but it's not fully coming in because there's something that they're not letting go of, and it's because they're in a comfort zone where they need to look within, right? The Nine of Pentacles vibrates under the Nine energy, which is the Hermit energy. So the Hermit energy does require you to be alone. So they're needing to really be alone, and they've been in this Hermit energy for a while, and that's why they're like, I just want to be on my own, because they really need to clear their thoughts, right? They're not in the, they're kind of fragile right now, but not that fragile, but kind of fragile. And so they have like divine guidance and protection that's like, nah, don't reach out, because you know, they're too fragile for you. They're too fragile for the situation. It would offset them, and they wouldn't know what to do, and it would trigger them, and they're not equipped to handle being triggered all the time or being triggered by the same situation. This person doesn't seem very emotional. They seem very earthy, Cancer. So they kind of really like to be grounded. They don't really like to, they like to accept abundance and be happy, but they also don't really like to get too much into their bag in a negative way, because they know how much that doesn't serve them. And they're also overcoming that as well. So they're dealing with multiple different things at once, and they just can't handle that burden and that drama, because that's not what they're really trying to heal right now. They're focused on something else. That's just what it is, right? So even if you're with them, they may not want to talk about certain things because they just don't want to go to that place. They just don't want to be there. All right, you don't even really want to be there. You just keep bringing it up. So the near future energy we have from this person is the Nine of Cups, where they're off again. They're more so on their own to themselves. Not saying that they're breaking up with you. I don't see that. I never see that, right? But I just feel like they're just off on their own, looking after their own happiness. Like that's just it, right? And it's because Spirit is forcing them to protect themselves. They need to learn how to safeguard their energy, right? So they can be happy and they can get their wishes fulfilled. Because they may have trouble having their wishes fulfilled because it's like outside energies keep overrunning them and then making them sad. And then it's like, and then they got to process that. But that's not even what they really want to process right now. And if you weren't in their life, they wouldn't have to process that. You know what I mean? So if this person may very well not be in your life right now because they only have to process that to keep you in their life. And especially if you're pushing for it so much, you're not dealing with certain things yourself. So it's not going to matter if they process it or not. It's still not going to serve them. So why would they even do that? This person is learning how to be about themselves and how to not let themselves be so swayed by other people. They are. And they're learning how to just be there for themselves and bring themselves to victory instead of cooperating so much with others that are not really cooperating with them, because the amount of emotional burden and strain that the energy of arguments or the energy of whatever energy that is trying to come at them that you may be bringing to them, right? Whether you know it or not, the amount of energy that it costs them, it's not worth it compared to what they're really dealing with. They're focused. It's like they're focused on oranges and you're coming with them with screwdrivers and screws. They want to cut oranges. That's what they're focused on. That's really what they want to do. They don't want to deal with these screws. You're bringing these screws. That's how they feel. And that's why I feel like it's one of those situations where you have to go within for yourself. The more it is that you feel like you need to go and convince someone, the more you need to go within yourself and figure out, why are you doing that? What are you overwhelmed with that's making you feel like I need to do that? Oh my God. So you need to go within and figure that out with that, because that's not really like something that is fair to expect someone to do. You know, that's just not fair. Especially if you're not. Oh, thank you. Oh, I thought this was our homegirl. Sorry, you guys. That was my sis, so I had to talk to her for a little bit. But she be trying not to disturb me. But anyway, you guys, you can't bring that drama. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's not important. It is important, but it's only important to you. It's not important to them. You know, it's not about their life. It's about you, you know? And so they may just be pushing it out. Like you may have something that you need to deal with that you know, you may want this person to deal with it for you, but you have to deal with it. You know, I don't know. I'm just giving you the facts. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not here to cut people down. I'm just here to tell you the truth. And whatever I'm telling you, it's going to give you mental peace anyways. When it really infiltrates into your consciousness, you'll have mental peace. Whatever I'm telling you is bringing about this Emperor energy that's protecting your energy from invaders and from being stuck in karmic loops because you're fearful. So, you know, don't shoot the messenger. Then again, go right on ahead. right? So this person, they're pushing away and avoiding a Ten of Swords energy, right? Because they want to stay grounded. They don't want to feel defeated and paranoid and, you know, worried all the time. This is just not something that they need to deal with right now. They don't need to process this right now, Cancer. I'm hearing you do, right? So you may feel mentally overwhelmed, and I'm sure this person may have done something to some of you guys, right? I'm not saying that they didn't do nothing to you, or nothing, or I'm not saying nothing happened, right? But I'm saying it's your thoughts and your feelings, but you're not dealing with it. You know what I mean? And you're coming to them with it, you know? And it's frustrating them. And it's that Seven of Cups energy that's kind of like, I don't know what this potential is. But this person is extremely grounded. I saw the Queen of Pentacles and I see the King of Pentacles. And I feel like you may need to ground yourself a little bit, or whatever this energy is for you. Spirit's saying pull some cards for you, because you may have clicked on this reading wanting to focus on someone else. And this reading, yes, it was focused on someone else, but it was also like a hack a little bit to get you to focus on yourself. And I feel like if Spirit needs to trick you into focusing on yourself, you know, we may have some problems, you know. I'm trying to pick a good deck. For some reason a deck is popping into my ear that I don't even think I own anymore. And I'm like, why are you guys telling me to watch that? Or use that? I don't have that in my hands, in my possession. All right, so I guess what is Spirit trying to say about this Ten of Swords, Nine of Wands, and Seven of Cups energy? Because it feels like it's something that Cancer is something you should be dealing with. You know what I mean? Like, I know that you're like really, you're putting it on them, but you gotta process this, babe. It's for you to process. So what is it, right? And we have the Ten of Swords. We have the Five of Swords, right? So some sort of contempt, grief. It may be real or imagined. So it may be something that happened in a past relationship and not in this one. That you are projecting onto this person, and it more so indicates or signifies a fear that you have that didn't happen to you, right? It may have been close to happening to you at some points, but it didn't happen to you. And maybe it happened to your mother is what I'm hearing, or it happened to someone who may have raised you, or someone who traumatized you with it, but it didn't happen to you, but you're kind of putting it on them, like thinking that they're going to do it to you, right? And it's also like you need to walk away from certain connections and relationships and people who don't serve you. That's another big thing my Cancer loves. You got to walk away from those things because they're blocking your wish fulfillment. You constantly going back and forth and putting your energy into that and getting upset about it, you know, or getting sucked into their karmic loops. I feel like these people are super duper karmic. It's super duper karmic. And you getting sucked back into that blocks you from your wish fulfillment. And this person, they're in their wish fulfillment energy. They're going to be in the near future right there, right? They're safeguarding their energy from paranoia and being like mentally overwhelmed with, you know, you did this and it's like they're safeguarding their energy from that because that's mentally too much. And they're focused on their bread. They're focused on their coin. They're focused on their body, their health, the physical things around them. I feel like this person, maybe they lost their job and they just got their job back. Or maybe they're starting to get money again and they don't want nobody coming in and taking their bread, like, because they just got grounded again. So you can't be mad at people when they don't want to go down there with you. Like, especially if you're going really down, nobody wants to go there, B. Nobody wants to go there. Unless this person literally put you in that situation and then just pulled off, then that's more like just let karma get them. You know what I'm saying? Right? But for a lot of you guys, this person didn't do nothing to you. They didn't do nothing. You have to overcome whatever happened to you before so you can actually be with this person. And it's like, I feel bad because I feel like you're really, I don't feel bad for people, right? But I can sympathize with your pain is the best way for me to put it. Because I know that may feel really bad, you know? And when you don't know what to do with your feelings, you kind of get stuck in it. But Spirit's already telling you what you need to do. You need to admit that you love this person, right? The thing is, you have a fear of love, period. You or this person. This person more so has realized that for themselves, and that's why they want to come back to you, but they're just being advised not to come back, right? So they know that they have a fear of love, right? But you deeply have a fear of love. And because you're afraid of being hurt. But it's like you have to go back and like think of all the times you were hurt when you loved, and like what did you get from that? What did that really bring you to? You got to go within and reflect. because it's going to shatter you out of a limiting belief system, my Cancer loves. So with that being said, that's what I have for you guys this week. I'm going to check in with you guys again next week for the 3rd week of December 2020 Love and Romance Soulmate Twin Flame Tarot readings. As always, be sure to give this video a like. Now would be the perfect time to comment down below. God bless you guys, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye, my Cancer loves. Until next time. Be sure to check the description bar down below to connect with me further in any way, shape, or form. God bless you. Bye-bye.